It's Liz Christopherson and the fabulous Miss Gabby Saunders from Community Services Corp. We're going to get started in another couple minutes, just letting folks join us. Hi, Justin. Hi, Sally. For me, getting a refresher on Zoom. It's interesting in this world of video conferencing and virtual work, how different companies like to use different things. And even though they do the same thing, sometimes the buttons and things are just in different places. So refresh a bit, but we're really glad and happy that you are here. And as I said, we'll be getting started very quickly. So thanks for joining us. Ooh, Karina has a cool background and Justin looks like he's surfing the waves there. He's some cool wave action going on. I have my beautiful but messy office behind me. It's a work from home office day.
Yes.
At the MCSC office, so that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, we're right at 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get us going here.
Awesome.
Welcome, everyone. I am Liz Christopherson, and with me is Gabby Saunders. You are here for the Mission Community Services Corps Women's Business Center Explore, Design, and Launch Information Session. So in this session, we're going to talk a little bit about MCSC, about the team, about the program, about what you can expect. But we're also going to ask some of you to share as we go along. And the intention here is for you to get a sense of what you're going to experience in the program. And of course, we'll make time to answer any questions that you might have. For those of you that are joining us, just a reminder that it is being recorded, so you want to mute any background distractions. If you have questions, you can either type them into the chat box or raise your hand. Gabby and I will be monitoring both, and we will be happy to get to you as quickly as we can. So let me go ahead and move to the next slide here. So if you don't know much about Mission Community Services Corps, you're going to get a brief, condensed story. We would love to help you. We're really here to support small businesses and entrepreneurs in our communities. We serve San Luis Obispo, Kern County, and Monterey County. And the cool thing about MCSC is that we, in each of those offices or the centers that serve those offices, there's an amazing team of people behind the scenes. So whether it's an instructor or a consultant or a staff person, when you engage with us, you're engaging this whole huge brain trust, these geniuses, if you will, to help you figure out where you're at with your business, what you need to do to move forward, and to connect you with the right resources that are out there and available. So Gabby, would you like to talk about the programs that are coming up in the next couple of slides?
Sure, no problem. Okay, so as you all can see, we have a 3-day marketing workshop series. It's called Sell Smarter, Not Harder. It's presented by one of our consultants, Romy Ramirez, and it's co-hosted with Moore Chamber of Commerce. The first workshop was on Thursday, September the 15th. The next 2 sessions are going to be on the 22nd and the 29th from 4 until 5. Following that, actually today from 12 until 1:30, we have an SBA loan programs and how to apply, presented by Andy Cito. Again, that will be this afternoon from 12 until 1:30. Give me 1 second, I need to admit someone, okay. And then following that, we have SBA Small Business Certification, Benefits and How to Apply, presented by Thomas Shue. That will be on Wednesday, October the 5th. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that time. I moved too fast.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It was on October the 5th. I believe it's in the afternoon. Next, following that will be Trademarks, presented by Brianni Lyons. She's actually one of our Explore, Design, and Launch graduates who has moved on to become an attorney. So she will be presenting a workshop on Thursday, October the 6th from 3 until 4:30. She will next be presenting a Copywriting Your Creative Work workshop. That will be on Thursday, October the 13th from 3 until 4:30 as well. And then following that, we have another one, Supercharge Your SWOT, presented by Barry Vanderkeelen on Thursday, October the 20th from 12 until 2. All of these workshops are virtual and all of them are listed on our website. Anyone can go to our website and register for any one of these workshops. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and I most certainly will gladly assist you.
Oh, and that website is mcscorp.org. And I think on the front page, there's one thing that you can click that'll take you to the longer programs, like the one we're going to talk about today. And then there's another place on the website that takes you to the workshops and webinars and all the different resources that we have around learning. So I want to talk a little bit about the team, because as I mentioned earlier, we can't do what we do by ourselves. We do it in a collaborative effort. And so I want to make you aware of the folks who help us, the staff that helps us behind the scenes to be able to do some of the things that we do. So Charlene is the program director for the San Luis Obispo and Monterey Center. And working with her is Gabby, Marguerite, and Ashley. And Norma is the program director for the Kern Center, and working with her is Diana and Haiti. So we have these amazing folks who help us out behind the scenes, figuring out all of the technology, all of the programs, talking to the customers, hearing what their needs are, crunching numbers in our database system to help us make sure that the people who actually give us money to do what we do are happy with the results that we're producing. So we want to say thanks to all the members of our team. And in addition to them, we have consultants and instructors at each of the locations. So those people are pretty important to us. And it's really important for us that you understand that Mission Community Services is really here to support entrepreneurs and small business owners. We're all about helping you create success. And our focus, our clients are really well-defined. We have our market niche, primarily serving women, as well as low-income minority-owned businesses and in rural and underserved communities. So we have a mission that's about helping people who are either just getting started or have an existing business, and perhaps they don't have access to resources like capital or education or support, or a lot of different things that it takes to be successful in business. And that's what we're here and all about. So we offer free long-term support. We do that through consulting. We do that through training courses and workshops. And the intention is for us to help you advance your dream and to be partners for the life of your business. And we couldn't do this, as I mentioned earlier, without funding support, right? So we want to say thank you to all of the funding resources that have been made available to us. And in large part, we receive a majority of our funding from the Small Business Administration and through the governor's office, the California Governor's Office of Economic Development. And it's really important that people understand that, because quite often we look at government and sometimes we don't have a healthy perspective about it. And we're like, where is the government spending money? Well, they're spending money with organizations like us, who then can help you at no cost to do what you want to do or do what you need to do to get your business up and running. In addition to the government sources of funding, we rely very heavily on donations and sponsors through other businesses or other people in our community. We've even had students who've done really well, who've come back and said, I want to pay it forward. I will give you, X amount of dollar for so many people to receive a scholarship to take this class, or you need this and we're going to help you out with that. And this is how we're going to help you out with that. So just remember that this free, low cost programs and services that we offer are coming to you through the generosity of a lot of people that are out there, including our government. So I want to talk a little bit about, well, what does that mean? What does that look like? And how do we measure success? So we actually measure success a number of different ways within the business. Certainly our highest measurement of success is you as our client, making sure that we're helping you, that you're taking the steps, that you're launching, that you're learning, that you're growing, that you're building the business and the life that you really want. as a result of what we can offer you. On the other side of that, we have the people who give us money, who want to know, well, what does that look like from a milestone and metric standpoint? So some of the things that we have on the screen were from our 2020, 2021 results. Our year ends in just a few days, so we'll start crunching the numbers to see what 2021-2022 looked like. But during that time frame in the 3 counties, and you have to remember this was in the height of COVID, we helped start or sustain 300 plus businesses. Over 1,800 jobs were created or retained. 2.7 million in client sales happened. We were able to help our clients access over $2 million in emergency capital, and we served over 900 clients. So at the height of a pretty critical time in our economic history as a country, we were there helping, supporting, directing, serving, doing what we could do, so that, in sharing these numbers, they're like, okay, you guys are doing a great job. We want you to do more. We recognize there's more need. And so being able to show these numbers helps us acquire that additional funding. And I bring this up at this point because this is part of what this program is about. It's not just the learning. It's not just the creating a business plan. It's actually helping you recognize the metrics that you're going to measure in your business so that you're creating success. And we'll be asking you about that along the way. So we've talked about a number of different things, and I'd like to just take a couple of minutes to hear from a few of you. So I'm going to go off screen really quickly so I can focus on the list. So Sally, I would love to have you tell us your name and tell us a little bit about the business you're thinking of creating. Would you like to do that for us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Well, my name is Sally Cralo, and I would like to make a children's book.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you want to make a children's book and you want to obviously put it out in the world. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, funny thing, I actually based it on this college project I did in a children's lit class a while back. So this was sort of based on this old project I did. It's mostly about this cat who is on this journey to find his forever home. And it's like there's like some real world, a little bit of real world, but also a bit of like a nice tone in there, not like too heavy, but basically from a cat's point of view mostly.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Mia, would you like to share?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. On my side, it says Mia. I didn't.
No, sorry. My daughter changed it. And I'm actually, my name is Tasha.
Okay, Tasha, welcome.
My tagline is saying Mia Cakes. My 10-year-old did that, and I'm trying to figure out how to change that back.
Kids.
So, yes. My name is Tasha Punches, and my business partner be on board here, Linda Rumley, is also at the meeting. And we're still in the research and development stages of our business plan and idea. So this is all very new to us. We're even hesitant to talk about what it is that we're actually wanting to do. But the idea is sort of a focused molecular gastronomy and bartending mobile business. So
nice.
Bring the science and the signature cocktail experience to events, sort of an elevated experience. So
excellent. I love that. That sounds really cool. And it sounds really fun. So I like that. And I like that you said you're not ready to really talk about it yet. This is the perfect place for you because this program is designed for folks who are at very different stages. Some are not sure at all that they even want to be an entrepreneur. Some are clear about what they want to create, and others are like, well, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I'm not really sure yet how to articulate it or what I want to say, right? But so thank you. Thank you so very much for sharing that. How about Karina? Could we hear from you, Karina?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have started my business in 2020. I was kind of thrown into it because of COVID. I worked for a foreign exchange organization for many, many years, made a very, very nice wage, traveled all over the world, and it was all gone because of COVID. For obvious reasons, travel came to a complete stop. And then it was, well, we're gonna, nobody know what's gonna happen with COVID. Oh, we're gonna hire everyone back in July. And that just kept going on and on. I finally just made the decision, I can't just wait, I've got to do something. And so I've always done accounting. And so I started an accounting business. I got my QuickBooks Pro Advisor certification. I worked for a CPA for the tax season. And then I ended up getting my enrolled agent status, which I really don't need to have for bookkeeping, but I wanted, if I was going to be working for the CPA helping with taxes, I wanted to have a better understanding, even though that's not my final goal. I really just want to do accounting and bookkeeping and QuickBooks. So I started in 2020 and didn't have any income until 2021. Never really had time to sit down and make a business plan. It was just go, 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 just to get income. I wasn't happy sitting there just collecting unemployment. And so this opportunity came up and I thought, oh, this would be great because now I have some time to stop and focus. I have some income coming in and to actually, prepare my business for future.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you're here because yes, business plan is part of this this program that we're going to be sharing with you. I'm going to keep moving through this. And again, if you have questions or comments, please either raise your hand or type it into the chat box. And Gabby, if you could just pay attention to if there's anything and let me know, I'm more than happy to make the time. So a business plan is one of the outcomes that we are wanting to help you understand all the different pieces of what is actually in a business plan, why you would create one, and how it serves you, not just from a funding perspective, but also from making sure that your business is headed in the right direction. And as I said earlier, this class is for people who want to learn about what it takes to be an entrepreneur, all the way to classes, all the way to people who have been in business and really want to fine tune either an existing business or create something new. We're going to talk about the California Dream Fund grant as we get a little bit further into this presentation, but it's one of the components that this class is geared toward. So in addition to the learning, the mentoring, the assignments, we work with you to understand all of these different pieces of owning and running and operating a business, while also creating a business plan so that by the time you get to the mentoring piece of this, you can actually begin to take action. So you're going to learn about all these different things. And the exciting thing is that everyone has different ideas for their business. And some of you may be thinking about the same kind of business, but you're going to approach it differently just because of who you are. And that's one of the things that I find really fascinating about working with entrepreneurs and business owners. I have worked with very large corporations and very small businesses, some with the same type of product or service. And it's just always interesting that, we can have this idea of something and someone else can have a similar idea, but each of us will create it in our own unique way. So becoming an entrepreneur is what you're thinking about. We want you to know that, a business plan is important because it helps you get up and running. It helps you operate more effectively as an existing business owner. And there's lots of things to consider. We'll talk a lot about feasibility and what that means. And that's really getting to that place where you know whether or not your business is feasible. Is it going to make money? Are there customers that are going to buy what you have to offer? And so we're also going to be looking at all of the different things that you're going to learn about creating a business plan and thinking about for your business, and try to identify where there are flaws or where there are things that might need more attention, right? It is a tool that you can use to raise money, and it's a roadmap, right? If I were going to go from here to New York, let's say, I could just wing it and decide every day a different thing. But if I wanted to make good use of my time and my money, and let's say I'm driving gas isn't inexpensive these days, having a map that will tell me to get from here to there and the most effective way to do that is really invaluable. Other thing that you want to do as part of this program and part of the business planning process is really understand the money side of business, understand where you're going to need help, really define what your products and services are and who your customers are, and then getting to that cash break even point. So the way that the program is designed is that there's these learning pieces. Every week for 8 weeks, we'll have some learning during that. There will be some accountability. So we'll be going over homework and looking at who's getting what done and where there's questions or where there's comments. We have guest speakers that join us that are experts either in a specific area of business plan, the business plan component. Like Justin is an expert in marketing. He also happens to be one of our learning support team members, which we'll give them a chance to say hello when we get to that slide. But we also have guest speakers who are business owners who have been through this program, who have created success, creating a business that's, all about them. Carol Chanot with Looky Loops is an example. There's another Carol with Intrust Legal. Gina Sonardo is a photographer. We have Kai Kialoha with Aloha Chicks. There's a lot of people, businesses in our communities that have either been through this program or an early version of it that we bring back and help have them share their story with you. So you can hear from them what their challenges were, what their highlights were, and the things that they did to create success. So this whole idea is learning and accountability, right? Making sure that you and your business are supported. So we have learning and best practices. We want to create a safe space for you to practice and to learn and to share. There's accountability, making sure that you get your homework done. There's small group interaction and collaborative thinking. And then we have this team of experts, right? The consultants and the other instructors and the other resources in the community that we encourage you to connect with outside of the class. And you get to meet some of those all along the way. So this program is really designed for you, and it's about helping you build your skills and mindset, helping you research and develop your business concept, completing a simple business plan using a step-by-step approach. So after every class, if you complete the homework assignments that we give you, you'll have a completed business plan by the time the class is done, and to get insight and support from our team of experts. So what is a program? What does a session look like? It's really simple. It's virtual, just like this is. Tuesdays from 4 to 6:30. Typically, we start the session with a welcome. Gabby shares upcoming things that are happening in our communities. We will ask you for updates, progress reports. So you might say, hey, I got this accomplished with my homework, or I'm struggling with this, or I made a sale, I got my website going, whatever those things are. Occasionally, we have guest speakers who join us to share their expertise. Like Gabby mentioned, Brianni Lyons, she's an attorney who specializes in working with small business and entrepreneurs. So from time to time, she's come and shared with us about, from a legal perspective, what you need to be thinking about as you're getting ready to start your business. We take breaks when we need to. We share with you the content, right? So we share with you the key points, the key information that you need to learn, the best practices that other business owners have used to create success. And then there's activities that we do and group discussion. We wrap up with assignments, making sure everybody knows what assignment they need to complete between, say, now and the next session. And we establish accountability and action. So in addition to this learning, we're teaching you the behavior to not just take in all the learning, to actually apply it so that you can create tangible results in your business and in your life. So who teaches this class? So in addition to me, in the San Luis Obispo and Monterey centers, it's myself. I teach the Explore, Design, and Launch in English, and Gabe Quiroz teaches it in Spanish. It's called Empezando in Spanish. And there's a whole team of Spanish-speaking folks who help us in the same way that we provide support for our English participants. And then in Kern County, we have Isabel Bravo, who does the Spanish side, and Kathy Frampton, who teaches it in English. And the thing to understand is this isn't a program that we developed all on our own. We've actually gone through the exercise to be trained and learn from several other stellar programs that are out there in the community, like Next Level, like Start, Run, Grow, like the Live Plan series. Kaufman Foundation has a thing called Fast Track, and we've taken the best parts of those programs to create this learning program. And there's, The other thing that we've done to make this a different experience, a more powerful experience for each of you, is that we've incorporated a human behavior component. So one of the things we want our participants to understand is, as human beings, our fear, our resistance is the one thing that gets in the way of whatever success we're trying to create. So we spend time in sessions together talking about what that looks like, how to overcome it, making sure that you're getting support and help. So instead of being afraid of completing let me just give you an example, the financial worksheet, you can say, hey, I'm struggling with this, or I'm not sure what to do. And we help you work through that so that you can not be held up by that one little thing, that you can continue to take steps and move forward. So our learning support team, we, in addition to, time with me and our guest speakers and all the consultants, we have people who are actually going to be dedicated to this class. And it's Christine Marie, Miss Noble, and Justin Stoner. These three folks are business owners themselves. They are incredible human beings because they're helping us through providing consulting and support to our class. And in particular, because what we find is the more you can connect with us, the better your results become, the more likely you are to take action. So we've invited these folks to help the students in the class with the homework, with the learning, with what do they need to do to get their business up and running and moving and going forward. So since Justin is with us today, I'd like to just take a moment to say hi, Justin, and give him a chance to tell you a little bit about who he is and the expertise that he has to offer. So do I need to?
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. I appreciate being a part of this class. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay, good. So I am very excited about this. In my full-time capacity, I work for Amplify Digital, which is a national marketing and advertising agency. So I get to every day work with, a dozen different companies every day, churning through their marketing and advertising, creating campaigns or evaluating existing campaigns and improving them. So I have a great perspective on anything from farms to funeral homes, from restaurants to realtors all across the country. And it's fun for me to dive in with groups here locally to hear about your exciting business adventure and try to maximize your marketing to get the attention you need and the business you need as you get started.
Excellent. Thank you, Justin. So as I said, we're very fortunate. These folks will be helping you. And the way that we do this is that once we know who the class is, everyone gets assigned, to work with one of them. So, Christine will have so many, Nissa will have so many, Justin will have so many. And because they're dedicated to you, that you'll get the chance to work with them with where you're at with your business to ensure that you continue to learn and apply the learning, and you're taking steps and you're creating success. And in particular, when it comes to the California Dream Fund grant, there's a process that we have to take you through in order to make sure that you're ready. So if you're ready to complete a business plan, if you want to look at the tasks you need to get your business up and running, or to grow your business or a specific piece of your business, if you want to learn about resources and tools, if you're ready to establish milestones and create accountability, this is a perfect program for you. The class itself runs September 27th to November 15th. We have 4 days scheduled for mentoring. So let me explain that. So the learning pieces of the class are September 27th to November 15th. We meet Tuesdays from 4 to 6:30. It's every week. And then when we get to November 15th, we shift gears to mentoring. And the purpose of the mentoring session is more about you. It's not about us teaching you. It's about you applying what you've learned and us helping you along the way. So we shift gears there, and we gather every other week. And why do we do that? So it's all about behavior. I have advanced learning in human performance improvement, which means that I understand human behavior, in particular when it comes to work and business. And so we want to help you work on your business as opposed to working in your business. And that's from Michael Gerber's E-Myth series. And it's all about how many business owners get started. They're very passionate about something. And so they spend all their time in that one thing, but they never take the time to work on the business, to work on the other things that they need to have in place to create success with the business. So I want you to get in the habit of spending time working on your business instead of just in it. So you get 8 live virtual sessions and 4 mentoring sessions. And the cool thing is that it is all available. It's to you 24/7 through an online learning portal. So every session gets recorded. It gets uploaded to the portal. You can go into the portal at any time, look at the recordings, look at the worksheets, look at resources, learn how to connect with each other, have conversations with each other, share your homework. There's all kinds of really cool things. Even more things that I can tell you about now. They're actually in the process of upgrading this portal, and we'll learn more about that on Wednesday. So I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see how wonderful that is. So you will also get support through consultations, either one-on-one with myself or our learning support team members or other consultants or speakers who come to join us for the class. So the class itself is valued at $18.95 and it's offered for a $100 donation that is refundable upon completion of graduation. So at the end of graduation, you decide you want to donate the money, you can donate the money back to us and help us pay it forward, give a scholarship to somebody else, or if you want to refund, we'll refund your money. It looks like Linda raised her hand. So Linda, I think if you unmute your microphone, I'm more than happy to answer.
I just had a quick question.
Yes,
If I'm
ma'am.
going into this with a business partner, do we each pay the 100 or do we pay 100 for the 2 of us?
So if you're going into it with your business partner as one company, then you would just pay the $100 for the 2 of you because it's for the company, right?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So what happens after graduation? So I complete this 12-session program all this time. So here's the cool thing. We keep track of the clients that work with us. And this course has been really enlightening for me because all throughout the program, I'm checking in with people. And then I've been teaching this through MCSC for about 5 years. And I stay in touch with the students to find out, well, what's happened with your business? What are you doing? What's going on? And what's really exciting, these things that are up there were during COVID. So we had students actually open a storefront, complete a website, get their business banking accounts in place, receive funding, complete their business plan, create products, pricing, exceed sales goals, hire help, get their business entity in place, get licensed, file for trademark and copyright protections, and see an increase in profit. So it's pretty exciting when I think about, like, during COVID, all these businesses that were struggling, and yet the students who were participating in this class or have participated and continue to get support from us were able to get through that COVID crisis. So I just want to encourage you, imagine now that things are reopening, now that we're creating a new benchmark in the economic vitality of the business world, just think how much greater success you're going to have. So I want to talk a few minutes about the Dream Fund grant, and then we're going to open it up to see what questions you all have. So for those of you who, who are interested in the California Dream Fund grant, this is a unique funding opportunity. MCSC applied to be an administrator of the grant, and we were awarded that opportunity earlier in the year. And that means each of our centers has been allocated a certain amount of money from the governor's office to help the small businesses and entrepreneurs in our community. And one of the ways that they ask us to do that is by having people graduate from this class, complete a business plan, and then complete the steps to apply. So they offer $5,000 and $10,000 grants to businesses that are eligible and meet certain criteria. So we're pretty excited to be able to help not only people take the class, but to actually receive some money that will help them get their business started, or if they have an existing business, help that business be more successful. And I can tell you, we graduated a class in the spring. We have a summer class that we just graduated last week. And so far, everyone that we have put through this grant application process has received funding. It's pretty exciting when we get a text or we get an email from one of them that says, hey, I just got the award notice. They're giving me $5,000, or I'm getting $10,000. And, you know, thank you so much for all of your help. So the Dream Fund grant is one of the things that people who complete this program can qualify for. So I think that is it for the presentation. So let me go ahead and stop sharing and make sure that I am back on screen with all of you and see what questions we have. Any questions? Yes, please go ahead, Sally.
Yeah, since I'll be doing like a children's book, do I need to like start setting up like a money bank account or something? Also, follow-up question, for these assignments we'll be doing, are these going to just be like practice mock ones, or are they gonna be like the real thing?
So the assignments that you're given during class are all designed to help you think about and make decisions and take action to get your business going. So an example that I can give you is, we'll talk about how to create a business budget. And one of your assignments will be to figure out, well, how much money do you think is going to come in? When do you think it's going to come in, right? So we're going to ask you to do that. And then we're going to ask you to figure out, well, how much is it going to cost you to operate your business, right? You're going to do a book. So I would imagine you might have costs for graphic design. You might have publishing costs. You might have shipping costs. So the intention with the business budget piece is to help you look at the income and the expenses, so that when we get to the place where we need to figure out what price you're going to charge for your products or your services, that you're using pretty good information to make that decision, right? If it costs you, like, let's pretend I'm going to sell water bottles. Well, if it costs me $5 to make the water bottle and to take it to the market, I probably need to charge more than $5 in order to make any money. If I'm charging $3 or $2, I'm going to go broke if I don't have, another source of income. So we want to make sure that you're looking at all these different pieces of your business, that you're thinking about the things that you need to make decisions and the action that you need to take. And
Right.
There's going to be some things that you're crystal clear about, and there are going to be other things I don't really know, but that's okay, because we've got experts who can help you figure that out.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Who else has a question? Linda.
I don't actually have a question. I just want to say that this sounds like an awesome program, and I'm really excited for all that we're going to learn.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. It is a pretty awesome program. It's one of those things that for me, it just energizes me, because when all of you come into the class and we start to hear about the businesses that you want to start, or the businesses that you're working on, and we hear about the challenges, and then the light comes on and you get solutions, it's like, yes, right? The other thing that I know just from my own personal experience owning a business and what I know of the bigger world, the economic engine of our country is actually small business. And so being committed to help small business owners get beyond that struggle point, get to the place where they're thriving, right? Where they know what their numbers look like, where they know who their customers are, where they have a clear sense of the marketing that they're creating, and they see that that's helping them make sales. That's really important. The sooner more businesses are successful, the sooner we'll see a shift in the economy in our country, right? And this is a critical moment in time. not only from a political standpoint and an economic standpoint and a global, the things that are happening in the natural world, like global warming and things like that. But this is an important time for us to be able to look at it and say, okay, how can I make a difference? How can I make an impact with my business and be successful in my community? And so we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to help you get there. And that's really what we're all about. Any other questions or comments?
Are you able to confirm who's already registered? I thought I had, but I'm not.
Yeah, actually, Gabby could probably, I think if you're in this program, and Gabby, you'll have to refresh my memory because I have actually not seen the registration list.
Right.
But I don't know. Can you confirm that?
Of course I can. And can I get your name, please?
Karina Hilbert.
Oh, Karina. Okay, give me one moment, Karina, and I'll double check.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity. So I want to talk a little bit more about the Dream Fund side of it, because I think that's an important piece for you to understand. So the bigger thing is, just coming to the class, the learning, getting the homework, kind of figuring these things out. But the second piece of that, the funding piece, right? So whether you're going to apply for the Dream Fund grant or not, taking this class, creating that business plan, and it's a very simple business plan, puts you in a position where you can seek funding, whether it's through the Dream Fund grant or other places, right? We talk about that. We talk about the different funding sources that are out there. But the Dream Fund grant, the way that process works is once you have that completed plan, we take you through some steps to make sure that you have all the things required for the application. And then once that's ready, we have to get a code from the sources that be, and we walk you through the step to put everything in through the application process. And then it's a matter of the Lendistry organization making sure that everything is the way that it needs to be, and letting us know kind of if there are any other questions or any other next steps, or sending you that notice that, hey, you've been awarded funding. But it doesn't end there. The cool thing about this is that we continue to support you after all of this is said and done. So once you get your business going, once you've got funding in place, kind of have started doing the things you need to do to create success, we stay in touch with you, right? We're always available for one-on-one consulting, for workshops, for webinars, to connect you to resources, to provide help and assistance to you in whatever way you might need that. Yes, Miss Linda, I see your hand raised.
I was just wondering, how many people do you usually have in the classes?
We have had up to 40 people in the class, right? So it's a good experience, right? Because you get to connect with other entrepreneurs. It's not just me, and it's not just our guests and our consultants, but you get to hear from others in the class about what's going on with them and where they're at and what they're doing. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, I just was curious because you said so many of them had received the grant. So I was wondering what that number kind of looked like.
Yeah, I don't have it off the top of my head. And they told us when we started this earlier this year, they told us it's sort of a slow ramp up, right? That once we start getting people who actually receive funding and more people learn about it, that we'll see more people want to apply. And so that's our intention, is to, get as many people as we can through this program who want to apply, to be able to apply and to receive the funding that they need to get the business going. Yes, Miss Sally.
Yeah, I have a question about the assignments. Do we get them like through a link, and do we send them like through emails?
So here's the exciting thing. The online course materials portal will be preloaded with everything except the recordings. So all of the assignments for all the classes will be there under the various modules, all the resource materials, there's a ton of stuff in that 24/7 online portal. And we actually go over it in one of the first classes, so you understand. Typically, the way that the assignments work is that there are things that we want you to do. You absolutely have to do these things, and then things that are optional.
Okay.
Some things you don't have to do. It's totally up to you. The required things, what we like you to do is to get those things done, or to let us know if you're struggling with completing something so we can help you through that. Right?
Okay.
And-
It's just never done a class like this before. So
Okay, that's okay. No worries. And typically what happens is in the past, we've had you email, but the way they're upgrading the portal, you'll be able to upload it directly into the portal, and it will only be accessible to the facilitators, so to the instructors in the program, right? So it's not like everybody will get to see your homework, just me. I'm the one that's teaching. So
okay.
just be me. And then I can, let you know where you need help. There are worksheets that you can fill out. There's fillable things. The business plan template that we use is from the California Dream Fund grant. It is a PDF document that you fill out on your own. And then you save it and upload it so we can see the answers. We found in the last class, it's a lot easier for people to like use a Word document or Evernote or something like that to get some of their answers in one place, and then to go back and fill in that PDF, because it for whatever reason, it only takes so much information, and sometimes it can be a little frustrating.
Okay.
Try to make it as easy as we can. Okay, very good. But homework is easy peasy, right? It's and the intention of the homework is not to stress you out or add more to your plate. It's really to help you think, right? And to decide, and then to take action. And as with all of the programs that we deliver, this isn't an academic situation. So you're not going to Cal Poly or Cuesta, the teacher's not going to chastise you. This is you saying, okay, what can I get done and get that done? And what do I have to skip or come back to? We've had students who've had all kinds of things happen during the course of the program, and they've had to either miss an assignment or, leave early for class because there was a medical emergency, or different things like that. So the intention is really to give you all of these wonderful resources, and for you to pick and choose and be able to do it your way. That is part of what makes entrepreneurship exciting, is to be able to create a business in a way that speaks to you, a way that helps you to live the best life that you want to live. Let's see if we have any other questions or any other comments.
Liz, do you know what the determining factor is between the $5,000 or the $10,000 grant?
So the most significant determining factor is a bricks and mortar, and within specific industries.
Just who has more cost, basically.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So if there's a specific thing that you're wanting to do with your business, you can check in with Gabby, and she can look at the criteria and tell you kind of where it would fit in there. Right. But as I said, completing that business plan puts you in a place where you actually can look for other funding sources, whether it's other grants or, bank or microlenders, or, there's lots of different ways to find money to help you get your business up and running. Well, I am really excited to see so many wonderful, happy faces, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in class on Tuesday, the 27th. If you have any questions or you need more information, please don't hesitate to let us know. You can email info@mcscorp.org, or you can connect with Gabby at the office, 805-595-1357. I think that's the number. I'm not good at memorizing numbers, so I'm hoping that's right. And we'll be more than happy to answer whatever questions you might have. And but we're going to have a lot of fun. Yeah, there's going to be moments that are tough and challenging. I'm going to be honest with you. There are places where you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, can I really do this? And the reality is, yes, you absolutely can do this, and we are here to help you do it. So I want you to go out and make it a great day. Get those entrepreneurial thoughts spinning in your head and come to class energized and ready to share. We're looking forward to it.